Hi guys, this is Patricia from Yardie Cat Crochet, and this is a crochet and chat video. As you guys know, I've got to get these baby makes done. I cannot join in any more crochet alongs. I will continue to do the ones that I'm already in, and that is it till the baby makes are completed. But I really have to work on this. I only have one more row on it. Since you guys last saw it, so I'm not going to hold it up. I'll hold it up at the end before I end the video. And also there are groceries that are going to be delivered, so I may have to pause and get the groceries and then click back on. But it's going to be maybe a little bit of a long one, so you might want to get your hot beverages or cold beverages or a snack or whatever. Get your crochet out, your painted projects, your diamond dot paintings, whatever that you do. You do you. Clean your house. You could turn me on and listen. Likes are appreciated. Hardly never asked for, because I put that click the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, little icon. I do that so you guys don't have to hear me say over and over again the same things, because things getting repeated a lot they're just great on my nerves, so I try not to do it to you. But anyway, I've got lemon balm tea, and it's from the tea company. I got it on Amazon, but you can get these in the grocery. It's traditional medicinals tea, and they got ones for like sore throat and all kinds of stuff. This one's lemon balm, and sorry if dunking a tea bag annoys you, but I want to make sure it gets good and steep so I can take a sip of it right quick. But I heard there's this lady, I might link her in the description. She is super sweet. I think she's from Alabama. I could be wrong. It could be Georgia or someplace. But you'll see in the videos if you go there. She is an herbalist. She's got a farm. Now could be wrong information, but from what I've watched from the videos so far, I believe she has a farm. She grows her own herbs. She does sell the herbs. But what I like about her is she does sell things to make these items that she talks to you about, and there is a link, and you can go to her shop and buy the things. But she also tells you how you can make these things yourself. She gives you the amounts, tells you the ingredients. There is no reason for you to go to her website and buy any of her products, and that's why I trust what she says, because most of these things this is a 7-day cure, you can cure diabetes or whatever, and it's a big old long video and hardly ever gets to the point till the end, and then it's a product that you have to buy. So I really like, one, that she's Christian. She's very soothing to watch. And it wouldn't matter if she wasn't, because she's very soothing to watch, but I like that. And two, she tells you about something that could actually help your health, and she's not shoving her products down your face. She just says, oh, and by the way, I do sell some of these things if you wish to buy them. And I love that approach to her business. But her videos are awesome. She has certain had certain health concerns till she started doing these different herbs. And not everybody can take herbs because of medicines you're on and stuff, but it's something you can watch, get some information, talk with your doctor and find out something that works for you. But she said if there was one herb that she could if she could only use one herb, if they told her you could only pick one herb to take with you that you have to use for the rest of your life, what would it be? And she said it was lemon balm, because it covers so many different things. And so I bought me some the most trusted I could find tea on Amazon with lemon balm in it. But I do plan in the future to buy some of her herbs. But for right now, I want to get something quicker, so I just ordered some of these until I can get some of her stuff that she grows. But I just love that she gives you the recipes, tells you what you can do. She's not gatekeeping the cure to things. I really like that. And if she was a practicing holistic doctor, she's not a doctor. She's just a wife and a gardener and stuff like that. But I go to her. I trust her. I trust her above all the other doctors that are out there. But she's not a doctor. But anyway, and as always, you take every advice you hear about on the internet with a grain of salt, and you talk to your doctor if you have issues. This is just a conversation about a lady I found, and I'll link her in the description. Is not medical advice. But anyway, so I hope you guys got you something to drink. You want to stay hydrated. I know what lemon balm tastes like, and I love it. But anyway, I thought it won't hurt to get some lemon balm in. And also, I'm going to grow some this year. So the yarn that I'm using for this baby blanket, I'll go over it real quick. Unless I didn't put the yarn in here. I didn't. It's Yarn Bee. And it's called, I think it's called Sunshine. And it's really pretty. It's got, it's hard to see on the camera, but it has varying shades of yellow. It's not all one color. I wouldn't call it mottled. I would just call it creamy. It's mixed. But anyway, I gotta see which, okay, so this one I just do everything normal. There's every third row you have to crochet in the back loops only, which is a pain in the butt now because I have to do this for an hour now. These rows are an hour long, or at least it takes me, did I drop? I sure did. Oh my goodness. Don't you hate that? And then I have to check to make sure. I mean, we don't have the dog in the house anymore because she passed away, my sweet baby girl, Harley. But you know, there could be a stray cat hair. So I cannot get that in the baby blanket. But anyway, I'm better now though, because before, if my yarn had fell on the floor, I was so I'm not OCD, but if you were to call it something, I would say OCD. I'm so OCD about, and I don't take that condition lightly. I'm not making fun of anybody, but it is so strong of a problem for me about my yarn touching the ground that I would have cut the string and thrown it away. I was that bad. I'm getting better. I check it now, make sure that it's okay, you know, 5-second rule and all that. But yeah, in the past I would have tossed it, and I don't give anybody anything that I make that's not, you know, I always make sure I have on a fresh set of clothes, my hair is combed and put back, and you know, that I'm not getting, of course every crocheter gets at least one stray hair into their project. It just happens. But if you think about it, if you're crocheting with wool, you're crocheting with animal hair, and you don't know where those animals have been. It's all washed, and if you've washed your hair right before you start crocheting, it's safe. You're alright. You'll be fine. But anyway, yeah, I used to be that anal about it. Really bad. But anyway, I every third row you have to crochet in the back loop only. Do back post, not back loop. You do back post only for one entire row, and when you're doing, and it takes longer to do the back post only, and when you're doing it for an hour, I don't even look forward to that. But anyway, I'll probably, when I do this, when I finish this blanket, the row I decide to stop on, I'll probably stop on the second non-back post row, because that'll leave that pretty edge. See how the, wait a minute. gotta hold it up so you can see. See how there's an edge right there? That'll be pretty. That'll be like the flat end, and then it'll have that ridge all around. I think that'd be pretty. Plus, I don't want to do another backwoods row, but I will have to up until that point. It's not fun, and I don't want to be irritated when I'm making my grandbaby's blanket, because like I said, I don't want to put those bad vibes into the blanket. Do you guys, when you crochet, and let me know in the comments, I'm not fishing for comments, but they do help. Let me know in the comments if when you crochet a thing, if you pick it up, do you remember what you were doing or watching, or who you were talking to when you made it? Because that's my memory for me. I remember watching all the Olympics while I was making this. And I feel, and I know this sounds crazy, and I don't care if you think that about me, because I am a little crazy, but I think that objects hold memories. I mean, that's why we take snapshots of things, so we can remember what we were doing at the time. It's object memory is what I would call it. It just helps, and I feel that way with all the things that I made, like they have a story attached to them, and I can remember every time I've sat down and made this, what I was doing, and it helps for me. But I was curious if other people are that way, or if you just totally zone out when you crochet and don't remember a thing when you're done. I know when I knit, I get in the zone. I just love it so much. And this was knitted, actually, so I was in the zone and remembering. But a lot of times, I just, when I knit, you can be on autopilot with knitting. With crochet, you have to be a little bit more attentive to it. Knitting, for me, goes mostly by feel. I can feel what I'm doing and stuff. Most of the time, I have to look when I'm crocheting. I mean, I can crochet and not look, but, my hook will get caught up or something. But with knitting, I can feel it, and I don't know, it's just different for me. But anyway, it's such a beautiful day outside. It's going to be in the high 70s, and I think, well, not high, low 70s, like 71, 72, something like that. And it's nice and bright and sunshiny. It's a good day to be outside, actually, but I gotta get this blanket done, and I don't want to wear bug spray and sit outside and touch a blanket. That'd be bad. Get the bug spray on it. I'm missing my son something terrible. He gets busy. I mean, he's a teacher, and he's got a pregnant wife, and just life in general. And unless you live close, you're not going to see your relatives or anything like that. He gets caught up in his day-to-day life, and I don't want to stress him out and tell him, hey, son, why aren't you calling? I know he's busy, and I know he'll call me when he has the time to do it. It just hurts really bad. We were, I don't want to say were, because I feel like we still are at heart. We were just way closer when he lived here. When he was growing up, see, at one point, now it's less now, but at one point, you had like 20 days, some schools was less, that your child could miss school and still graduate. And he hardly ever got sick, and he got straight A's. I never had to ask him to do his homework. He was all about it, and he would get up and get all of his stuff done, I never ever had to worry about him with school. I was very blessed in that sense that he didn't ever give me worries about, you know. I mean, sometimes he would come home with a B, and I'd be like, "Why?" and but the reasoning is what you don't understand, and most people are like, "She's too hard on him." No, he's extremely smart, like crazy smart, and I don't know where he got it from. Because I mean, me and his dad are average, you know. I mean, we have our moments, but you know, we're no geniuses. And my son is like in math and art, which usually goes together. If you're really good at art, a lot of times you're really good at math. I don't know if it's the same, you know, in the same area of the brain or whatever, but my son was stupid smart. Like, he only had to read the stuff once and he was good for a test. He didn't cram study or anything like that. And so if he brought home a B, it was usually because he didn't care about that project and he didn't try. And so I'd always ask him, I'd be like, why? Why did you get a B on this? Oh, I didn't like that one. I'm like, and he's like, and I got a B. You should be happy that I got, you know, a good grade. And I'm like, well, son, the problem with that is you're capable of an A. And you need to get good grades so you can get a scholarship, so you can get into college. And because mom and dad aren't rich and we won't be able to afford college tuition, and the only way you're going to get to go is if you work and save for it or get good grades and get a scholarship, which he ended up getting a scholarship. But you know, so we try to instill that in him, that education was important. And so, but anyway, to say that I was hard on him, listen to the rest of the story. So he had, he mostly got straight A's. Very rarely did he get a B because he didn't want to hear about it the next time. And so he had all those days and he didn't hardly get sick. So toward the end of the year, if he hadn't used them, he had tons of days. And there would be days where he just didn't want to go to school. He was, you know, restless or whatever. And I was like, come on, we're going to play hooky today. And we'd go to the mall, the bookstore, the park, whatever. We'd go get something for lunch and just have a day out, just me and him. And then when he got older, we would have shopping days, you know, where he wanted to go shopping at the mall or whatever, and we'd go get tea or a latte. He was a lot funner when he got older. He was fun when he was a kid, but when he got older, he was like a friend, you know, a friend to go out shopping with and get, you know, grab a latte and just create memories. So we were so close that when he left, it was a shock to my system, real hard to adjust. And even still, I'm not quite adjusted. I've never been well adjusted, but I, you know, there are days when it gets me down, and there are days when I'm just so super proud that my son is doing so well and he's well adjusted and he's married and has a baby on the way, and you know, just so proud that he's accomplished, because the generation that he comes from, I'm here to tell you, not a lot of them made anything of themselves, and I'm very, very happy that I may have screwed. No, it's the next one. Okay. I'm very, very happy that, you know, that. So I have that to be thankful for, that my son doesn't need me. But as a mom, and if you're a mom, you know where I'm coming from, it hurts. It hurts so much. But also, though, in that regard, I'm also relearning myself. um, uh, kind of have, that feeling when you start out something new and you feel great. And that's kind of also the thing. I've got all this time on my hands, and I could learn new things like the diamond dot painting I finally got around to. When my son was here, I'd get up and think, okay, what are we going to do today together? What can I plan? Whatever, Now it's like, okay, what do I want to do today? And that's kind of fun. I mean, there's still day-to-day things I have to take care of. The house, which I'm so behind on, but and we did a lot with the spring cleaning, and with my rheumatoid arthritis, I have to take things in bunches because it's really hard on me. But I'm getting there. And what I'm going to cook for dinner, and our menu plans have changed because we're not feeding 3 people now, we're feeding 2. So I've been trying different things to cook because we can afford it. More now than what we could before when we were trying to feed 3. And so there's that. And now it's like, okay, my husband's got some vacation time. Where are we going to go? Because before it'd have to be a place we could afford for 3 people to go. And now it's, the budget's a little bit looser. I mean, we still don't have tons of money. We don't. But we can plan ahead, save a little here and there. And plus, I still like to sometimes send my son money here and there. He doesn't need me to. I just like to. It makes me feel better. So I PayPal him here and there. But anyway, boy, that got off on a melancholy road, didn't it? But yeah. I'm happy to report all those that you knew that I got the cat scratch and it turned into a wound and everything. I'm happy to report that today I no longer have to wear the bandages. It is finally all, I have a weakened immune system because of the medication that I take. And so it takes everything longer to heal. And I had to go off my medication so I could heal. But the problem with that is I've been off of my medication so long now I hurt because the medication helped my immune system not to attack all my joints and everything. So I'm going back on it now. But today I could take a shower by myself. I didn't have to have my husband help me put a bandage back on my back because, it's hard to reach back there. And I don't have to worry about the bandages anymore, and those were expensive because I was allergic to whatever was in the glue on the bandage that sticks to you. And so they had to give me special bandages, and that cost me $95, believe it or not. It's crazy. But I have those left over, so I'm going to use those strategically whenever I need them. But anyway, and plus the doctor's visits were $45. Sometimes it was every week because they're a specialist, and sometimes it was every other week because what days they had. But they had to keep a close eye on it because being a diabetic and having rheumatoid arthritis, your injuries can go south really quickly. So I had to be very, very careful not to get any bacteria. But I'm so happy to say that that's over with. Oh, and those of y'all that know that I got hit in the head by that bar, the bar that hit my head, my husband's weight bar. It didn't have any weights on it, but it was a real heavy bar. And I was jerking on the extension cord. It was behind my husband's weight bench, and I didn't know it was caught on the bar, and the bar hit me in the head. I did not get any lump, and my head hurt, and I was dizzy, but today I feel fine, and I don't have any bruises, well, that I can tell. So it's all good. I'm good from that. And so that's a blessing. I'm glad I didn't knock myself out because I was here by myself. And my husband would have come home and found me. That would have been bad. And he's, the 2 years ago had a heart attack, so I don't want to cause him another one. But anyway, Missy, my friend Missy, you guys know her from Missy's Universe some more. She said that they're gonna have to wrap me in bubble wrap. I'm all the time falling or hurting myself in some way. You could say I'm clumsy. I don't have a good balance. I use a walker. I use wheelchair for longer distances, like going to the hospital, because it's an extremely long walk, and I couldn't do that with my walker, not just yet anyway. And I use my walker for short distance, like into the Dollar General or something. And that's how I get my exercise. My walker helps me because I'm off balance now. They don't, I guess from something, I don't know. But my joints are bone on bone, and they wanted to replace both of my knees, but I can't afford it. And if you get them replaced early, then in about 10 years you have to get them replaced again. So that's also a thing that I don't want to do twice. So as long as I can still get around, I'm just going to do that, because I don't want to deal with that. That is an awful lot. But anyway, I don't know how, we've been on here for 30 minutes, and yeah, see, I've got about half the blanket. So yeah, it's about an hour. It's about an hour, hour long. I gotta check this message. I want to make sure that my stuff hasn't been delivered, because I don't want it to sit on the porch. Okay, it hasn't yet. Okay, good. But anyway, so what else? I've been playing a lot with Kage, my little black kitty cat. You could just hear his bell. He's been just really hyper lately. I'm guessing it's spring. We had been putting his leash and his harness on him and letting him stay. He only goes outside for about 5 minutes. He's very scared of people and loud noises and stuff like that. So where he's a little wild child inside, he's a timid mouse outside. So he likes to sniff in the grass and try to eat the grass, and lay on the porch and sun himself a little bit. But the minute a car shoots by or something, he's out of there. Or if the mailman comes up, he just doesn't like people, other people. He's a Bombay cat, and they are known for being skittish around strangers. Really good, around their family, but skittish around strangers. Excuse me. I might need to take another drink. Has anybody else's allergies been acting up? My eyes have been itchy, and my nose has been running. And I've been having a dry throat. You can hear it in my voice when I talk too much. I don't talk a lot except for to you guys on these videos. I'm quiet for most of the time. So when I get to talking, my throat gets crackly. Excuse me. So, well, I don't really know what else to tell y'all. I'm gonna finish this blanket, and then I'm gonna start on some clothing item. It'll either be a bonnet, baby sweater. Could be a baby dress if we find out whether it's a boy or a girl. And that should be happening soon. I think this next visit. I know I keep saying that and then it doesn't happen, but I think this next visit we'll know, because they take an ultrasound every visit. And well, that's kind of good for her too, because my son's a 6 foot tall. He's not chunky anymore. He was. He's lost a lot of weight because he's walking and eating all those vegetables and fish and stuff. So they walk everywhere there. And well, anyway, but he's 6 foot tall, big kid, and he was a big baby. So she's my height, like 5 foot tall. So it's good that they keep an eye on that, because if the baby got too big, they'd probably have to take it a different way. I know some women have them 13-pound babies naturally, but my son wasn't 13 pounds though. He was, although I do know some people that had, but he was an 8 pound. He was 8 pounds, 5 ounces, and 21 inches long. Which a lot of babies are like 6 pounds. I'd say 8 is at the higher end of the normal range, and 21 inches is about right. But we have some really tall, out of the grandchildren, not my grandchildren, but out of my grandparents' grandchildren, a lot of them are tall. And my son would have been even taller, but when he was younger, they put him on a medication for acne that was known to stunt your growth. But by the time that he was needing to take it, and it helped him tremendously, by the time he was needing to take it, he was already 6 foot tall, and the doctor said, "You're good. You can take this medication." So he did, and it helped him not have to have a horrible high school experience, and because you know how kids can be cruel. But anyway, and he didn't get any taller. And that's not to say that, because that was only a side effect for some people. That's not to say that he would have gotten any taller, but he did have a cousin, or I had a cousin who was 7 foot 7'2" or something. I don't know. He was tall, really, really tall. So I mean, there was a possibility for him to be taller, but 6 foot's good. He's good. When he would stand next to me, my head would be at his shoulders, or even shorter. But anyway. And that's the way his wife looks too, standing next to him. She's very petite and short. I wish I was petite. I'm short, if you want to call short petite, but I'm still on the chunky side. Because, you know, I did weigh less, a little less. I got down to, I want to say 186 or something. But I gained a little bit of it back, so I was 191 this morning. It fluctuates a little bit, but that's down from 280. But I'm still, because I'm 5 foot tall, I still look, you know, chunky. But I'm a lot healthier than what I was. A lot healthier, although I still have so many diagnoses. I'm dealing with that pancytopenia right now. It looks like pancytopenia, fancy pants disease, but it's where all my blood levels are low, and that's why I always look like I'm sleepy when my eyes have closed, because I'm sleepy. But they still are trying to, well, they're not trying much at all, actually. He put my my appointment back further because he thought, oh, this is probably just from your medication. We'll revisit it, and you don't have to come in until 2 more weeks. And I'm like, I don't take that medication, and I'm still very concerned about what is causing it. But they did find out that it wasn't cancer, so because it could have been leukemia or lymphoma. Because I do have leukopenia too, which is in the same ballpark as the pancytopenia. It's, you might as well just say it's pancytopenia because leukopenia is in there. But anyway, it's where your platelets, your white blood cells, and your red blood cells are all extremely low. And it could be caused by medication, but I don't take the medication they said it could be caused by. So I have no energy, and I really want to know why. But I'll just have to wait to chew him out. Well, I won't chew him out, but I will definitely not let him back down and let him really find out what's going on. Because, okay, something's causing it. They also said it could be my actual rheumatoid arthritis, attacking my system, which left unchecked, which I do got to take my medicine again now that my wound is healed, but left unchecked, rheumatoid arthritis can attack your organs. And I do have liver issues, non-alcoholic related, and I have, but my heart's good and all that stuff, so I don't have to worry about that. But all my joints are affected, in my hands and knees and my shoulders, my ankles, my wrists, my elbows. Where there's a joint, it hurts. But I really want to know. I'm getting tired of doctor's visits, and one of my other friends was talking about how they wish that they never had to go back too, and I was like, if I thought it wouldn't kill me, I'd quit going. But I kind of need the medication to keep my body from wanting to take myself out. Not my mind. I'm good. But yeah, it's like an enemy from within, right? But I don't have cancer. That should be my theme. I'm this and that and the other, but I don't have cancer. Thank you, Jesus. Cancer takes you down real quick, usually. I've lost an aunt and an uncle to cancer. I've had other relatives that had cancer, but that's not what took them out. But they did have different types of cancer. I've had the test for colon cancer. I do not have it. And I don't have leukemia or lymphoma. And I'm guessing by now, with all these blood tests that I've had to take, and there have been a lot in the last couple of months, that they would have found any other cancer too. So I'm pretty sure I'm cancer free. And I try to stay away from sugar. I mean, I do have it, but not very much, because I know cancer, having sugar is not good. If, it's not good. And and plus I'm a diabetic, so I try to stay away from it. But that's not to say I don't have a sweet thing occasionally. Like, I had some Peeps because I really like them, and I feel like life isn't worth living if you don't get a treat every once in a while. But for the most part, I try not to feed anything that's going on in my body that's bad for me. And I try to do more vegetables and stuff. Although we do sometimes go get ribs. I do love a good barbecue. Love both fall off the bone ribs. They're hard to find. It's hard to get good places that make them around here. The phone keeps buzzing. Alright, well, it's been 40 minutes and I'm not done with this blanket. I'm not, let me see, am I even close? No, I still got a while. I did a lot of talking. I got this far from here to finish, and then I will be done with this row. But let me just show you where it's at, because we're 40 minutes in. I'm sure most of y'all, there's crickets right now. We're in a theater, and everybody's left the building. I know for sure, probably by now. A few of you will say, I know I stayed, and you guys are rock stars. But so we've almost put, and I will get off here and put another row. I will not put another row. I will finish this row and then put it down, because it's just a lot to do all at once for my, my nerves and my joints and everything. But that's how big we are. Let me know in the comments if you made it this far. How do you think I need to add a whole nother ball? I don't think it's big enough yet. That's my personal opinion. I'll probably crack into that other ball, but I'm curious to know what y'all think. And that's about it. And what are y'all working on? And what snack did you have while you were watching the video? And that'd be awesome to know. But anyway, I hope you guys are being little joy bombs in your corner of the world, sharing your craft, sharing your passion, sharing your joy. And while you're out and about running your errands today, getting the latte, having signing your kid out of school and just having a fun day shopping, playing hooky. When you run across someone, be sure to give them your best smile, because you don't know what they've been through, and your smile might be just what they need to turn their day around. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.